guys, we're back. We got Ramek and Eddie.
The trio is back.
And just me. Let me get some of this. Dude. Let's go. We got NFL weekend, week number 7. Guys, let's go. Ready?
It was a very weak 7.
Didn't you use that line last week?
Did I?
Or last week? Let's move on. Baltimore at home. Strike that. Baltimore at Buffalo. All right.
Why you make a mistake on your first game?
You know, why should we start all over again?
Why not?
Okay, let's start all over.
That was good.
Let's just try the thing. Ready?
Well, I don't fucks up. Let's start all over again.
It's fucking 30 seconds into the fucking video. Ready?
Go.
Let's go. You got a thing for Tony? Alright. Woo! Onthebuzzer.com. We're back, baby. The boys are back. The boys are back in town.
Trio is back.
The trio.
Let me back in, guys. Thank you.
We got the NFL Week 7. Here we go.
Very weak.
You know we used that last week? Baltimore at Buffalo. Guys, Buffalo getting their first win. Does anyone care?
No.
Not really. I mean, it was against. I was expecting big things. Willis McGahee going back to Buffalo.
They don't work
Little
out.
storyline. I thought he'd tear it up, but you know,
as good as,
that guy's a bust.
Wasn't as good as we thought. Let's move on. The Jets 1-6 go to Cincinnati. Eddie, your Cincinnati Bengals getting their second win of the season, surprisingly enough.
It was a lock, was it not?
38
We
to
said
31.
they're gonna win.
38 to 31.
I think Cincinnati's gonna start to right the ship a little bit. Chad Johnson making the proclamation. He's not gonna celebrate touchdowns anymore until they're back to 500.
Can you explain to me what proclamation means?
No, I can't.
Carson Palmer, you know, one thing I'm worried about is Carson Palmer. 1 touchdown this game out of 38 points.
Hey, they got the W.
Isn't anyone worried about
They
Carson
got the W.
Palmer?
Why you
That's the
hating?
key.
You know, alright, let's go. Let's move on to Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. The Lions coming off a bye week. Is this the Kitna we know, 140 yards, no touchdowns? I know you're going to throw out the W again, but I'm worried about him. No one cares? Anyone worried about him?
I'm more worried about. I thought Tampa Bay was a little bit better than this. I
Yeah.
thought they'd win this game, but the Lions 4-2. They're looking all right now.
The Lions aren't a bad team either. They're playing at Detroit. I mean, the
Right.
Bucs don't have that high-powered offense.
They don't.
They got Gruden.
Yeah, they do have Gruden. I don't know if he's gonna get that many points in the game or anything.
I don't know. I still look at Gruden as the greatest coach ever.
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 Wow. Explain.
Well, he took the worst team in the Raiders and turned them into something, and then he got asked out by Al Davis, but then afterwards he went to the Buccaneers. He had a terrible couple of years.
They did have fantasy superstar Rich Gannon back then, who was throwing touchdowns.
But he did win the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, first year he won the Super Bowl, and then
Let's move on
Yeah,
to speaking of the Raiders. Your Raiders fall to the Chiefs at home, 10 to 12. 10 to 12. What is this, a basketball score? First
That's
quarter
a baseball score.
Baseball score?
The Raiders aren't
give me
as
a
good
WNBA score.
as you two thought they were.
What are you talking about? Look at me, I'm representing
No,
right
but
now.
remember, if our viewers go back to week 1, you'll say, I think Edger here said it too.
He said the Raiders are, what are they? Let's go. What did he say? And what do you have to say about the Raiders?
Well, I don't jump on and off bandwagon.
So you're on the wagon.
I'm not on the wagon, I'm a fan.
Just tell me what you think about him. I can tell by that Niners shirt you're a fan of the Bay Area sports, right?
I'm representing the Bay Area right here, guys. Don't hate on Alex Smith, we'll get to that.
What do you have to say about Raiders?
I think we're over the Raiders. Can we move on now? They're a good team, they lost. Can we move on?
Are they a good team, they
NBA score, remember we
The
talked
Chiefs
about
at
this?
4-2 are leading that division.
We're in first place.
Quite possibly the worst division in football.
Yeah,
In
I
all of
agree,
sports.
I agree. This is
Yeah.
something you're a little bit more familiar with, Eddie, and not WNBA.
What is
Just
it,
the
gay
Tennessee
sex?
Titans-
Is that what you're talking about? No.
Whoa. The
Is that
Tennessee
what you're saying?
Titans
Something
at the
stupid like
Houston Texans. Lindell White is coming around. I'm happy for the guy.
Breaking the 100-yard barrier.
Hey, you don't have to tell me, don't tap me. I'm the one saying that.
Lindell White, I'm happy for the guy.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. Don't tap me.
Vince Young injured, didn't play again. Sage Rosenfeld, hello. 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Anyone
but
care
they
about
gave
this game? Two teams going.
I don't care about the NFL, should we just move on? Skip every
Let's
game?
talk about this interesting game here. Dallas bouncing back after getting their asses kicked by the Patriots last week, 24-14. Nothing sexy, but they won.
Can you guys explain to me one thing? How does Adrian Peterson kick ass one week and get 12 touches the next?
It's the coach's fault.
It is the coach's
I understand
fault.
it's the
Read
coach's
my
fault.
blog.
I wasn't blaming you guys. I was saying.
What about your blog?
I wrote about it. It might have been one of the last blogs I wrote.
Can we talk about?
Right, go ahead. Give us some AP insight.
I know it's the coach's fault, but how does something like that happen?
It's just a stupid move.
It's like the Daniel Tomlinson thing in the first couple of games where he kicks ass in the first quarter and then all of a sudden doesn't get the ball in the second half.
You know, Edge, I think coaches just try to get sexy.
Stop calling me Edger because my name's not Edger, and you stop laughing.
I don't know. I think the coach is just trying to get sexy.
Sometimes you gotta get physical, guys.
Let's move on to the now 7-0 Patriots at the 0-7 Miami. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse for the Dolphins,
no, I knew things could get worse.
Ronnie Brown out for the season. The Pats come in. Tom Brady 5 touchdowns in the first half.
If I'm a
Miami Dolphins fan, if I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, I'm hoping I get injured for the year.
Yeah, I guess.
You want to go 0-16?
Have you hit puberty yet?
I guess. You want to go 1-16? Is that what you want?
I don't care. 0-16 is just as hard as 16-0.
I agree with it. It might even be harder.
It might be harder.
I don't know. The Patriots keep on rolling. Can anyone stop them? They're facing the Colts in a couple weeks. That's the game to watch.
Yeah,
we talked about that 7 weeks ago when the season
so we can't talk about it anymore.
No, we can't bring it up every week until the game comes.
I think the Patriots are gonna roll through the freaking league.
They're not gonna roll over the Colts.
They're gonna beat them.
Don't roll.
Barring any injuries.
Yeah, that's right. Barring. Let's talk about Eddie, your boy Brian Greasy pulling it off. I don't know how he's doing it. Smoke and mirrors.
Brian Greasy. I'm glad you talked about this.
19-16 over the horrible Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia had that game won. Brian Greasy at their own 1 yard line.
He
loses communication with the coach, so he starts calling his own plays, and what do? Touchdown, bitches. Brian Greasy jump on the bandwagon.
I'm on it.
I'm not. This team's not going to go that far with Brian Greasy. You got to admit that.
They're going to go a little farther than they did with Sexy Rex.
I don't know. They went pretty far with Sexy Rexy.
That was last year. What have they done for me this year?
Well, the playoffs have
That's my prediction.
They're going to win the Super Bowl right here. Let's not Eddie. Your San Francisco 49ers falling to the New York Giants.
They're not my San Francisco 49ers, but let's get something straight.
Let's get it straight.
Let's give Alex Smith just
Are you working
a little bit of credit. Yeah. You want to touch my bicep?
My arm is hurting a little bit.
How's your chest?
Yeah, I know, mine
How's your
too.
chest cavity?
Let's talk about the Eli Manning here.
What about
Can
him?
we
He's
first talk
solid.
about San Francisco? Or
No, the San Francisco's not worth talking about.
then why did you bring it up then?
San Francisco is that freaking team every year that we say, all right, this is the year they're going to make the jump. Them and the Cardinals.
Well, why don't you
every
stop saying that?
I'm not going to say it anymore.
I'm not saying it.
And how are the Cardinals every year you've been talking about?
Tell me the Cardinals
Let's
aren't
not talk about the Cardinals.
Get your
Let's
hands
talk
off
about
of
the
me.
San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, for what?
Okay, let's
There was a slap in there.
Let's talk about Frank Gore. Has anyone seen him lately?
Isn't he running for president?
No, that was last year.
Frank Gore. Let's move on.
Didn't he win a Nobel Peace Prize?
Spell Nobel. Let's talk about the St. Louis Rams. I feel so bad for this team.
Why?